He's raising his hand. Oh, me. Okay,
Yeah,
well,
I gotta load up Michael here.
Go for it, Mars.
So,
no, not so.
Not so, buddy.
A deer, a female. No, that's
for this car review, we are talking about the 2024 Kia Seltos SX all-wheel drive. Now, the Kia Seltos was considered an entry-level SUV back in 2021 when it first hit the market. Comes in 5 different trim levels, starting with the LS and the X, the EX, and X line, which is kind of the sporty model, and the SX, which is the top-of-the-line model, which is the one we had. Now, this is a subcompact SUV. Nobody calls them CUVs anymore. Everybody's going back to the SUV concept. And this year, it's got a revised front and rear fascias on it. Gives it a nice, sleeker look. Blends into the headlights. You know, everybody's got the swept-back headlights. And this year, the SX has a unique color called Pluton Blue. $395, well worth it. We got a lot of compliments on that car. Had several people, even the mail lady, stopped and said, "What color is that car? I love it." So it's a really cool looking color.
Lady.
That's right. The it has the this particular the SX comes with the black and chromed out grille. We had body color side molding, door handles, and side mirrors. LED lighting all the way around, headlamps, fog lamps, DRL 10 lamps, and the third brake light. And I mentioned that because they called it out, and I never thought about it before. I've never seen anybody else talk about their LED lighting package, including that third brake light up there.
What about it?
Well, this one has it.
It's LED.
It's LED, and I've never seen anybody else say that theirs was LED. Is the reason I mentioned it.
Oh, okay.
Normally, they just say headlights, brake lights, tail lights, you know, those kind of things. This thing also, it had the acoustic glass on the front windshield, which a lot of people do, but it also had it on the side glass of the rear doors. And I don't know why. It was just, I couldn't find a good reason for that. But it did make that car very quiet. In fact, it's much quieter than the vehicle I'm currently driving, surprisingly. It's got power side mirrors, it's got power lift gate, rolling on some 18-inch black alloy wheels that's part of the SX trim level. Now, you get into the inside of it, and again, it's got LED lighting on all the inside lights, and it has the Syntex seating surfaces. You know, that's that man-made surface that it's kind of a cross between leather and cloth. It's very comfortable.
Pleather.
Very nice. Pleather would be a good way to put it. It's got heated front seats. The rear seat is a 60/40 folding seat. There is no third row in this one, fortunately. They kept to it. It's really big on small storage areas and the door panels, the consoles, all behind the seats, every place. There's a really nice setup as far as the small storage area goes. Has the 10.25-inch driver that they call a supervision cluster. We used to call it the gauge cluster.
What kind of a cluster?
A supervision
I know some
cluster.
clusters, but they ain't got nothing to do with that.
Supervision.
We should
This
call
is
that a
supervision
dashboard.
cluster. And then we also had the optional 10.25-inch center stack info screen where you're going to find all your navigation, your climate controls, all the things that you want to run from there. We also had the dual level cargo floor in the back for the cargo, and it came with the Bose 8-speaker audio system, but it has an additional tweeter package. So if you like the highs and the mids and the thing, it really...
So how did Jimmy Buffett sound?
It sounded really good. He didn't sound so good, but the girls in the background sounded a whole lot better. It has front and rear USB ports, wireless charger that is on a shelf right underneath the radio. If you can see the screen right there, you can see right up underneath there. It's up under there. You slide the phone in there. There's a light that comes on. I really like that layout. It was just very convenient. Now, to make all this stuff go down the road, you got a 1.6-liter turbo under the hood. There's only 2 trim levels. You can get the 1.6-liter turbo. It's got 20 more horsepower than it had last year, so it's got 195 horsepower, 195 pound-feet of torque that starts coming in around 1,600 RPM. Now, the turbo you can get, it comes with an 8-speed automatic behind it instead of the CVT that you would normally get with
that's
front-wheel
better,
drive.
yeah.
Now, the EPA says you should be getting around 25 on the city, highway 27, combined 26. Now, this is an all-wheel drive model. I did drive it over here last week and back.
And you got 12 miles per gallon.
No, but I will tell you, it only has a 13-gallon tank. That means that little round trip, by the time I get home, I've got a low fuel indicator coming on, and which surprised me that just round tripping it over here. So I got 23.3 miles per gallon over the 367 miles I drove it. But again, small
What was
tank.
your average speed in that 13 gallons? Was it 95 miles an hour?
No. I was running a little late last week, and I will say I was in a hurry.
You bumped it up, didn't you?
I did. More than normal, so that probably had something to do with it.
Because you do the math, and it should make it back here and there fine. But no.
Should make it back and forth with about 50 miles to spare. I only ended up with like 25 to spare by the time I got there. But I got here on time.
And what did that get you? Trouble.
Yeah,
Heartache.
apparently today. So it does have 3 drive modes: normal, sport, and eco.
And you noticed the difference between the three?
The sport a little bit whenever you went into that, but that was the only one.
Because it knocks off the overdrive.
Yeah. Now I will say that whenever you're going to accelerate at a rapid pace, real fast in a hurry, that at a low speed, it doesn't really feel like turbo lag, but it's slow to get wound up and going. But once it does,
It's called turbo lag.
well, I know, but it's so gradual. It doesn't feel
More of
to
a
me like a normal.
transmission.
And what mode did you have it in when you were doing this test?
Just in the normal drive mode. But it was very easy to drive, and it was almost like it had oversteer as far as like the steering goes, and quieter than the vehicle I'm driving right now. So base model price for the Kia Seltos, $24,390. The base trim price is $29,990. I did not have an MSRP to get a full price on it, but based on what I could find, that was pretty well loaded up, and it'd be really close to that plus destination. Comparable, Volkswagen Taos, $24,155 to start in the base. Chevy Trailblazer, $23,100 to start at the base. And a Mazda CX-30 for a 2023, I could not find a 24 pricing on it, is at $22,950. And that is my quick review of the 2024 Kia Seltos all-wheel
Wasn't
drive.
that quick?
Back to you.
But speaking of quick, we're going to take a quick break right now here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. We'll be back on iHeartRadio after these messages.